Good evening, welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultan Oman Television. First, the headlines. The Sultan of Oman condemns the Israeli occupation forces' attack on the city of Jenin in the West Bank and calls on the international community to take urgent action to put an end to these ongoing attacks. And the Sultan of Oman participates in the International Tourism Exhibition Vito 2025 in Madrid and launches a promotional campaign in Spain. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent cable of condolences to His Excellency President Ukhna Khurlisukh, President of the Republic of Mongolia, on the demise of former President Orchibat Bonslama. The Foreign Ministry issued a statement as follows. The Sultan of Oman has condemned the attack launched by the Israeli occupation forces on the city of Jenin in the occupied West Bank, which resulted in the martyrdom of a number of innocent civilians, in addition to the systematic destruction of infrastructure and property. The Sultan of Oman called on the international community to take urgent action to put an end to these ongoing attacks and hold on the perpetrators accountable within its legal and humanitarian responsibilities to establish a justice and lift the injustice faced by the defenseless population and civilians in all the occupied Palestinian territories. The Sultan of Oman also stressed his firm positions, calling to a just and lasting peace in accordance with the resolutions of the United Nations and the Arab Peace Initiative. Okay. The Arab Parliament praised the efforts made by the Sultan of Oman, which resulted in the release of 25 crew members of the ship Galaxy Leader of the various nationalities. His Excellency Mohammed bin Ahmed Al Yamahi, Speaker of the Arab Parliament, expressed the Parliament's appreciation for the humanitarian efforts made by the Sultan of Oman and its steadfast role in mediation that seeks to achieve security and stability in the region. His Excellency the Speaker also expressed the organization's hope that this step will contribute to reducing tension and enhancing security and stability in the Red Sea region. The Sultan of Oman, represented by the Minister of Heritage and Tourism, took part in the International Tourism Exhibition Vito 2025 in the capital of Spain, Madrid. The Sultanate of Oman, during its participation, seeks to promote its unique tourism assets and enhance cooperation with international partners in this field. On the sidelines of its participation in the event, the Sultan of Oman organized a promotional campaign that included the installation of displaying LED panels about tourism and heritage sites in the country. The Vito exhibition also witnessed the launch of a digital campaign undertaken by the national travel operator and Destinia, a digital travel agency, to promote Omani tourism products. The Sultan of Oman's delegation to the exhibition is headed by His Excellency Salim Mohammed Al Mahrouqi, Minister of Heritage and Tourism. Funding shortages may affect the UN's ability to maintain aid flows at the target levels throughout the Gaza ceasefire deal. 15 months of war has left more than 47,000 Palestinians dead and most of Gaza in ruins, with hundreds of thousands of people homeless and reliant on outside aid for survival. Daily deliveries have surged tenfold since the Sunday deal, according to UN data, surpassing the 600 trucks a day target set out for the first 7 weeks of the ceasefire. UN humanitarian coordination says more Gaza's funding needed to the ceasefire targets. Here is a statement.
2 days ago, I think on Tuesday, I went to Gaza. And I have to tell you, throughout a journey of 35 years in the humanitarian work, that day in Gaza, that Tuesday, was the happiest day of my professional life. I think it's the first time I was smiling when I was in Gaza, because people were smiling. But I've received clear messages from the people. People, they don't want to continue depending on humanitarian aid. They want to rebuild their lives. Some of them even wanted to go back to their place of origin if they have a tent, just to put it there on top of the rubble. Funding is an issue. We need immediate funding to make sure that we continue providing the aid for the 42 days, but also after the 42 days, because we're hopeful that we'll go from phase 1 to phase 2. So definitely we need more funding. We need to buy tents. We need to buy other humanitarian aid. There is a lot that needs to be done, and we really need to start, as I said many times, early recovery. We saw people already, UNDP started opening roads, doing rubble removal, and many more activities are still to start. But funding, yes, we need immediate funding for the entire UN system.
Russia launched a barrage of drones in an overnight attack on Ukraine today, killing 3 civilians and damaging residential and commercial buildings. The Interior Ministry said that drone debris had killed 2 men and a woman in the central Kyiv region, and that another person was injured. The attack damaged a multi-story residential apartment building, 8 private houses, commercial buildings, and several private cars. As the war approaches the 3-year mark, Russia has stepped up its air attacks on Ukraine, sending dozens of drones almost every night. Indonesian rescuers today paused search efforts at a landslide because of bad weather, as the death toll rose to at least 25 people. The toll increased from 17 on Tuesday, when torrential rain in the city of Pekalongan in the central Java province triggered the landslide. Hundreds of rescuers were deployed to the area. On Wednesday, rescuers were spraying water to clear debris and unearthing items such as motorcycles buried in the mud. To come a news bulletin. The Son of Oman participates as the guest of honor in the 56th Cairo International Book Fair. The Son of Oman was the guest of honor at the 56th Cairo International Book Fair that kicked off in the Egyptian capital, Cairo. The Son of Oman's delegation participating in the fair was headed by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Harasi, Minister of Information. The minister pointed out that the gesture reflects the deep-rooted bonds binding the Son of Oman and the Arab Republic of Egypt, as well as the two countries' strong ties manifested in various spheres, notably through civilizational, historical, and cultural aspects. The Omani Pavilion will present a wide range of publications, specialized workshops, discussion panels, folklore performance, and other activities that highlights the modern progress relished by the Sultan of Oman under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. The University of Technology and Applied Sciences in the Wilaya of Ibri organized a training program on community service. Over 400 employees from 33 public and private institutions in the Governorate of Lahira took part in the program, which focused on the raising of efficiency of employees, providing them with skills and knowledge necessary to shoulder the obligations and nurturing the national values in the sense of professional conduct. The activities of the Makshan Winter Forum concluded yesterday, which was held during the period from January 19th to 23rd. The Makshan Winter Forum included a variety of activities such as the lecture on meteors and tourism investment incentives for entrepreneurs, in addition to the handicrafts exhibition. The Makshan Winter Forum aimed to shed light on the authentic Omani heritage and promote local tourism through a variety of diverse activities tailored to all ages groups. The Tunisian Omani Business Forum was held in the Tunisian capital, gathering business leaders from both countries to strengthen economic and trade collaboration. Here is a report on that.
In the Tunisian capital, business leaders and officials from the Sultanate of Oman and Tunisia gathered for the Tunisian Omani Business Forum, aimed at bolstering trade ties and exploring investment opportunities across various sectors between the two nations.
This meeting with the Chamber of Commerce making for all the business people here in Tunis, it's make very good chance for the business people for making many things can be done with partnership with the business people here, and all this it's coming with that vision Oman 2040. I hope all this thing it will be coming in the end for the economy, to make the economy, our economy, to improve, and our relationship with Africa, it will be improved.
The event featured detailed presentations on investment opportunities and bilateral meetings where participants discussed potential collaboration and exchanged expertise across diverse sectors such as renewable energy, information technology, food industries and tourism.
I'm glad to be part of this delegation from the Chamber of Commerce of Oman to the Republic of Tunisia to look into the cooperation with the Republic of Tunisia and the businessmen here. We are focusing from my side on the renewable energy aspect. Alhamdulillah, we found serious opportunities here when it comes to the development of renewable energy for both countries, for Oman and for Tunisia as well. We are actually exploring opportunities as of now, held a lot of meetings, and hopefully the results, inshallah, will be bright and positive in the future.
The forum was part of a broader series of initiatives designed to strengthen the economic ties between Oman and Tunisia, laying the groundwork for sustainable partnerships that serve both nations' interests. Reporting for the Sultanate of Oman Television, this is Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate of Oman condemns the Israeli occupation forces' attack on the city of Jenin in the West Bank and calls on the international community to take urgent action to put an end to these ongoing attacks. And the Sultanate of Oman participates in the International Tourism Exhibition Vito 2025 in Madrid and launches a promotional campaign in Spain. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the crew, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night.